I have a theory of what the Sun World means. As we all know, there are 9 realms in Norse mythology, but I won't dive deep into that since it's a pretty tiring topic within the One Piece community, and I don't think it'll be implemented since we're told there are only 3 levels to Elbaf. I'll bring up another interesting idea. What if I told you that the kingdom of Elbaf is ruled by 2 siblings from the royal family? This concept of the sun and moon has been sprinkled throughout the story of One Piece repetitively, from when Musu first announced she'd sacrifice herself to the sun god during Nolan's flashback Under a Night Sky, to when Blackbeard asked Ace which one would win, the sun or his darkness, to Zunisha where Nekomamushi and Inuyasha ruled as the kings of the night and day, and even Jorah on the Don Quixote Pirates, who through her dying art showed us a door that represented both the sun and the moon. There's so much evidence, but I think you get the point. How does this connect to the 2 siblings that I think are ruling Elbaf itself? Well, because of this. In Norse mythology, there are 2 people named Sol and Mani. They are beings who drive the sun and moon in their courses through the sky. Sol and Mani were sister and brother. For some reason, the Norse gods became angry at Sol and Mani, and they took the 2 to guide the sun and moon in their paths. Sol was forced to drive the sun's chariot and to guide its 2 horses. Sol had to travel at great speeds while she was pursued by a wolf named Skull, who would eventually devour her. Mani was forced to guide the course of the moon. Mani too had to travel swiftly because the moonhound Hattie followed in his pursuit. When these 2 wolves caught up with the sun and moon, they would swallow them and all the stars, signaling Ragnarok. Let's not forget that Loki is also the father of Fenrir, a wolf. What makes this even more plausible is, like I said before, on Zunisha, we have 2 kings. On the Giant Warrior Pirates, we have 2 captains. This shows in One Piece that there's been a history of 2 rulers governing a group of people on more than one occasion. To sum it all up, the Sun World is a part of the Elbaf Kingdom. This kingdom is ruled by 2 siblings in the royal bloodline called Sol and Mani, who reside in the Astral World, the main kingdom of Elbaf. Sol is considered the favorite because she is the goddess of the sun, while Mani is treated like the plague because he is the god of the moon. Loki holds a grudge against his family's bloodline for their betrayal towards him, and he'll represent the wolves that look to devour Mani and Sol, causing Ragnarok to start on Elbaf, in essence taking the 2 rulers out. Something will happen to the Straw Hats, forcing them to leave Elbaf and Loki to take his rightful place on the throne. Loki will bring the rest of the Ragnarok to the entire world, causing the biggest war ever that Oda once talked about happening at the end of the series. This would make it possible for Loki's dream to come true and bring the world to an end.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
It's weirdly because you kind of think of, in a way, Kaido kind of foreshadowed Loki a little bit. Because Kaido wanted to do that. That was Kaido's ambition.
I was going to put that in, but I couldn't find a place where to put it in. But I'm glad you, noticed it.
Kaido's one of his weapons, I think when he did the 3 worlds thingy on Luffy, it's called Ragnarok. So.
You said 3 worlds, too, and there's 3 worlds on Elbaf.
Mm-hmm. He said, Kaido said 3 worlds, right?
Yeah, 3 worlds.
Let me check.
I'm pretty
so we not, spitting nonsense.
But I remember him saying something worlds.
I know.
1,000
Zoro
worlds.
says worlds, right?
Yeah, Zoro says worlds, too.
So what y'all thoughts?
Now you got me thinking if Kaido's ever been to Elbaf.
Yeah.
Remember I said before, the ideology about him passing or having a grand death is very similar to what Giants believe. So maybe, and also how he's big, there's some linkage there, I believe. If you hear how Kaido is, the land is supposedly of the strongest.
To his weapon.
I would see that Kaido definitely...
That'd be funny if Kaido and Loki were blood brothers and stuff.
Blood brothers?
Yeah.
Like they made a pact or something?
I don't know. I'm just being stupid.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I just don't know enough personally about Norse mythology you were citing to fully gravitate to it. But I like it.
To me, it makes sense because I was thinking of the world war that's going to happen. I think it was going to cause because of the information we just got that Vegam kind of just spilled, but it didn't really happen. I mean, no world war happened, and I thought right when they're going to act or Dragon going to do something. But I could see Loki doing it. I can really see Loki causing it. But I think that's a crazy battle because now you have the world government, revolutionaries in Elbaf, and the Straw Hats and the rest of that whole world fighting. It's going to be crazier than I thought it was. I always thought this is going to be its own arc, but this is setting up to something else. That's blowing my mind. Honestly, it actually made it more interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah, it did. It already was, but now they're going to be involved, and we don't know that the Giants it's already like a mysterious type of thing. We don't know yet. We don't know what the astral world, and we don't know who are the other major players in Elbaf, like Loki. Like Loki's the only one to us. We don't know Loki's team, his crew, if he has, or his men. Like he had a following, right? Like where are they at? We don't know who are these people at or where they are.
If he's a conqueror, he has to have people following him, right?
Didn't they saw those other random little people were his followers or whatever?
One was a wolf nonstop.
No, the people that were in the rags. Or whatever.
Yeah. He does say 3 realms Ragnarok.
Yeah.
He
when
does?
he attacks, yeah.
Okay.
So Kaido might have been to Elbaf at one point, and think about it. When we saw Goldberg's, I forgot what the large mace is called.
Club?
Yeah, his club. It's the same as Kaido's and Yamato's.
Yamato has it, but doesn't have the spikes.
Yeah, she had like the studs on it, yeah.
I wonder, like, why didn't Kyle try to take over Elbaf instead of Wano?
Certain redheaded pirate that lived there, bro.
Yeah, it might have been, bro. You gotta remember, like, Shanks, his flag is at Elbaf.
Yeah.
But we don't know when, though. We don't know when that happened.
6 years? No, I'm playing.
You know, because Kaido's been pirating longer than Shanks has.
He has.
Yo, maybe
remember-
Kaido is why this person got that Amagasa hat, bro.
But remember, Kaido was asked to go to Wano.
That is true.
As a business
That
thing.
is true.
To me, Kaido's like this barbaric warmonger. It kind of fits how Elbaf is.
Exactly.
The
That's
warland,
what-
you know?
That's why I thought, why didn't you try to take that over?
Yeah.
He could have been planning to. If he said he didn't have enough manpower or the numbers for Wano,
Oh, that's true.
he would need a lot more for Elbaf. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And also, I don't know if they have a poneglyph. There was so much connections that we know of right now to One Piece for Wano than for Elbaf. Like, I do say that. Even though he was asked to do it, I do say there was a lot more information to a degree that we know of, so.
I don't know. It's just a theory, but it's not, like, real. It fits a lot.
Yeah.
Like, the Kaido thing is crazy, too. Because
I like the Kaido connection.
Yeah, I like the Kaido connection a lot. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
From Max Brown, it says theory. The warning at the end of the chapter relates to time passing differently on Elbaf. Ooh, okay. So days there are weeks outside. And it also explains why giants age so slowly due to the island's effects. I like that. I like that a lot. I didn't think of that at all.
Time dilation? I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
It makes sense, though.
Scientifically, the larger the landmass, the more, like, gravity is going to happen on there. But there's never been any mention of gravity being different on Elbaf. That's the only time time dilations happen. If I'm not mistaken, if somebody could correct me again. But scientifically, it's like with black holes. Black holes have time dilation because of the gravity that's centered around it. So everything is going to move much slower than the outside world. If you spend an hour on Elbaf, if gravity is that strong and time dilation is that strong, that means like 2 weeks is passing by in the real world. And that's never been the case for
In
the
One
Giants.
Piece, yeah.
And that would be like kind of weird to insert into One Piece itself, because then that would not explain why the Giants live so long. Because the Giants are still living 78 years. They're still living this amount of time.
I still like it. But I feel you.
And Dorian Brahe lasted for 100 years.
Yeah.
Fighting on Little Garden. That's outside of Elbaf.
I don't see it either, because it wasn't just the Giants, but also just the environment. Because right before he says it, he also mentions the environment as in the animals, what you're dealing with. I thought of a little bit of Jumanji, you know, how dangerous it is all the time. Because he said the animals, the insects, and he went on and saying everything in there is breathtakingly huge. Now, he's comparing it mainly for a normal person, what that means for you. I don't know the effects of the environment on a normal person is going to be different how it affects on a giant, obviously, because everything's bigger there. So it could be just everything surrounding the normally size of how everything is different is probably not good for the regular person's makeup.
I was going to say that too, because during the prehistoric ages of dinosaurs, everything was much bigger because there was more oxygen on Earth. And then once the oxygen levels started to dissipate and nitrogen became more fluctuated into it, it started to decrease the sizes of beings overall. That's why like dinosaurs were huge, bugs were huge, like all these things were like super big, and now we're like super small. And they're going that far into like climate change, then it would be very hard for the straw to last there for like even a day, in my opinion.
So that's
But I'm not a scientist. I'm just letting you know like what I know. I have a bunch of useless knowledge, and that's one of it.
Then you think that's what Lewis Arnott is actually referring to, that it would
That's
have
what
another effect on you instead of being Elbaf being dangerous and being worse. It's like the climate is different for humans, that it would affect you, that you actually might pass.
Yeah.
I will say, based on all the stuff that's been discussed today, I did like you'll start gravitating towards the culture that you had. Like, you're going to start craving war and conflict with people.
Yeah.
I like that answer better for the themes of Elbaf than anything that has been said, but I did like this, though.
But it does explain like how the clouds we mentioned before could probably be of the climate change on there.
Yeah.
Because Lawrence said it's more nutritious throughout the entire kingdom.
Yeah. I just want to add one more thing, but also too, I think this is also written for, remember who he's writing to, the general public, normal humans.
Yeah.
You know, people like the Straw Hats who are stronger, it may not affect them. But for the normal person, we already saw how they were like almost like slaves in Rodo's little thing, you know?
Just trying to be in there.
So a normal person is going to be like, you can't keep up with this area, right? But if you're strong, you'll be all right. That's how I think it was also generative.
Yeah. Hey Nakama, what's going on? This is Larry from that One Piece Talk. If you wish to become an official member of our channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. So when we go live on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern time, you'll be able to catch us. And listen, don't be late to the party because we're always one fan question away from crashing out on each other. Much love, Nakama. Jana.